Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon all. Thank you in advance for watching this presentation. We are from Group 3. Let us introduce ourselves. I am Rika Juliana with student ID 296 and my partner Anis Fadila with student ID 269. In this presentation, we will discuss about receivable budget preparation. First, I will explain to you about definition of account receivable. Receivable are a form of investment, which is not different from other investment, such as investment in the form of cash or bank, inventories, or raw material, semi-finished goods, and finished goods, and so on. As a form of investment, receivable 1. Absorb a certain amount of working capital fund. 2. Has a certain age according to his assessment. 3. Influence the overall risk level of the company. 4. Need to monitor the level of management efficiency from time to time. Benefit of credit sale. First, it is an effort to increase sales turnover. Buyers who do not have high liquidity are very likely to be encouraged to make purchase if credit is offered. Second, by increasing sales volume, profit are expected to increase. Third, with the existence of a debt and receivable relationship, the relationship between the company and its buyer become closer, so that credit guarantees the continuity of the relationship. Fourth, profit from the difference in capital interest in certain types of business, such as low-cost housing manufacture and motor vehicle trade, resulting in long-term credit relationship. Policy sales credit. Besides being able to provide additional profit, receivable can also result in losses. So the company needs to make a clear policy that regulates the problem. Various steps that need to be prepared include: first, the establishment of a work unit specifically tasked with managing account receivable. Second, determination of a clear receivable policy. Third, determination of criteria to measure the efficiency of account receivable management. First, the establishment of a work unit specifically tasked with managing account receivable. The main tasks of this work unit include: A. Looking for potential subscription that can be given credit. B. Screening prospective debtors. C. Recording credit transactions that occur. D. Do billing. E. Book credit or receivable mutation. F. And classification of outstanding receivable according to their respective age. G. Making analysis and evaluation as a form of investment. H. Maintain and estimate cash flow from receivable. E. Make reports on the management of account receivable for policymakers regarding. Second, determination of a clear receivable policy. In order to be used as a guideline for work unit dealing with accounts receivable, it is necessary to: A. Determination of credit ceiling for various types or level of debtors of subscribers. B. Determination of credit period. C. Guidelines for selecting prospective debtor or based on 5C or 3R. D. Determination of the maximum amount of doubtful receivable that can be justified as the basis for determining the amount allowance for doubtful account. E. Determination of the amount of the budget used to administer account receivable. Third, determination of criteria to measure the efficiency of account receivable management. The criteria for measuring the efficiency of account receivable management, which is useful as an indicator of receivable efficiency, they are A. Account receivable turnover rate. The formula is net credit sales 1 year per average receivable. B. Actual percentage of bad debts. C. Average debt age. D. Management fee for any specific amount of receivable. Use of the account receivable budget in general. All budget, including the account receivable budget, have three main use, namely as a work guide, as a management tool to create work coordination, and as a management tool to evaluate or survive work. Meanwhile, in particular, the account receivable budget is useful as a basis for compiling a cash budget because the result of collection of receivable are income that increase cash. Factor affecting the account budget. First, the volume of goods to be sold on credit is greater than in cash, which can further enlarge the budget in account receivable and vice versa. Second, credit standard. Determination of credit standard determines the size of the embedded trade receivable. The looser the credit standard provides, the greater the embedded receivable and the greater the risk of credit loss. Third, the credit period affects the size of the embedded trade receivable. The longer it is, the bigger the trade receivable that are embedded and vice versa. Fourth, giving discount can also affect the amount of investment in receivable. Giving less discount will reduce embedded trade receivable and vice versa. Fifth, credit restriction. In a quantitative sense, that is, with regard to the maximum credit limit amount to be guaranteed, the higher the limit, the greater the embedded receivable, and the lower the credit limit, the smaller the embedded receivable. 6. The receivable collection policy affects the size of the embedded trade receivable. Companies can run passively or actively.
Okay, I will continue the presentation from Rika. Types of the expenses and costs increase as a result of the selling product on credit. 1. Capital cost. Cost of making finished product. 2. Administrative cost. Receivable such as receivable collection fees and organizational costs per unit of the work assigned to manage account receivable. 3. The cost of receivable may not be fully collectible due to the risk of the debtor being irresponsible or running away or going bankrupt. Next, effect of credit sales. 1. The term of the credit granted. 2. Account receivable collection turnover. 3. General business situation. In normal business condition, the company's liquidity is generally good, so the responsibility of the delay in the payment is small. Conversely, if the market is sluggish, it is difficult to get cash. The possibility of the delay become even greater. Receivable budget preparation. Receivable budget preparation. The account receivable budget is the responsibility of the credit division. The credit division in the preparing the account receivable budget must work closely with the sales division. Sales division is usually under the market manager, while the credit division is usually under the finance manager. The preparation of the account receivable budget it is main discussion, it is the form of the account receivable budget. Factor that affect the preparation of the account receivable budget. 1. Sales plan as stated in the sales budget. 2. The state of the competition in the market. 3. The company's position in the competition. 4. Term of the payment or 5. Company policy in the collection of the receivable. 6. The company's plan to make sales on credit. Benefit of the budgeting. Benefit of the budgeting. 1. It can be estimate the position of the receivable at various time. 2. Can know the amount of the receivable that are due to be billed. 3. It can be estimate cash flow from the credit sales. Next step to prepare account receivable budget. 1. Determine the amount of the cash sales and the number of credit sales generated by the company within a month or quarter. 2. Determine the amount of the bad debt or the amount of bad debt that must the receivable. 3. Knowing the identify the amount of the bad debt that must be reserved. 4. Pay attention to the responsibility of the interest for the credit sales. 5. Arrange to the systematic form of the table. Case example illustration of the decision regarding account receivable. The trading company Niaga Prima so far had carried all cash transactions. At the last moment, the company felt threatened because its competitor offered credit facilities to their customer, so that customer who used to pay in the cash began to ask about the possibility of the buying credit as competitor did. A. Data keuangan setahun terakhir menunjukkan angka-angka berikut. Struktur kekayaan: aktiva lancar 32 juta, aktiva tetap 8 juta, total aktiva 40 juta. Struktur modal asing 12 juta, modal sendiri 28 juta. Total pasif yaitu 40 juta. B. Modal berupa pinjaman jangka panjang dengan tingkat bunga sebesar 20% setahun. Laporan laba rugi pada tahun 2A11 yaitu penjualan menunjukkan nilai 100 juta. Harga pokok penjualan dengan persentase 75% yaitu 75 juta, laba kotor 25 juta. Biaya usaha yaitu biaya penjualan 5 juta, biaya umum dan administrasi 4 juta, sehingga di total menjadi 9 juta. Laba usaha 16 juta, bunga dengan persentase 20% dikali 12 juta sama dengan 2.400.000. Laba sebelum pajak 13.600.000, pajak 10% 1.360.000, laba setelah pajak yaitu 12.240.000. Jadi ketentuan khusus. Ketentuan yaitu biaya penjualan 50%, visit dan biaya umum dan administrasi 100%. Keputusan yang sedang dipertimbangkan perusahaan adalah satu perusahaan akan menawarkan penjualan kredit dengan jangka 2 minggu atau 15 hari kerja kepada semua pembelinya. Akibat yang diperkirakan adalah A. Penjualan keseluruhan akan meningkat 25% yang akan diikuti dengan menaikkan harga pokok secara proporsional. B. Kebutuhan dana modal kerja akan meningkat sesuai dengan jangka waktu kredit yang diberikan. Tambahan dana ini akan dibelanjai dengan kredit bank pada tingkat bunga yang sama seperti sebelumnya. C. akan ada biaya administrasi kredit sebesar 1 juta yang seluruhnya bersifat tetap atau visit. D. Jumlah bad debt diperkirakan sebesar 1% dari penjualan kredit keseluruhan. 2. Bila mana hal tersebut harus dilakukan dengan pemberian kredit 30 hari kerja. 3. Seandainya seperti pada nomor 1A harus dicapai dengan bad debt 2%. Pertanyaannya, apakah keputusan pemberian piutang tersebut harus diterima? Sehingga dapat dilihat penyelesaian kasus 1 ilustrasi keputusan tentang piutang yaitu sebagai berikut. Tambahan pinjaman atau modal yang dibutuhkan alternatif 1 120 juta dibagi 300 kali 15 sama dengan 6 juta. Bunga sama dengan 2% kali 12 juta ditambah 6 juta sama dengan 3.600.000. Alternatif kedua yaitu 120 juta dibagi 300 kali 30 sama dengan 12 juta. Bunga sama dengan 20% dikali 12 juta ditambah 12 juta sama dengan 4.800.000. Dengan perbandingan akibat yang terjadi atas alternatif keputusan tersebut dapat disimpulkan bahwa keputusan yang tepat adalah alternatif 1, yaitu dengan memberikan kredit selama 2 minggu dan terjadi peningkatan penjualan seluruhan sebanyak 25%. Hal ini didukung dengan peningkatan rentabilitas ekonomi sebesar 2% dari 40% menjadi 42% dan rentabilitas modal sendiri sebesar 7% dari 43% menjadi 50%. Dua alternatif lain 2 dan 3 ditolak karena kedua alternatif ini memberikan laba bersih dan rentabilitas modal sendiri yang lebih rendah daripada alternatif 1, sehingga dapat didukung adanya penurunan rentabilitas ekonomi.